in the mix. The mix. You're in the mix with DJ MLK.
Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Real Spill with Shyne and This your boy Shyne checking in one more time. Today is May 13th, 2022. I'm here joined with my boy Gutta again today. Gutta, say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, man? It's Friday 13 around this time.
Yeah, man, it's Friday the 13th, man. And we here, man. Ain't nobody worried about no Jason. Ain't nobody worried about no bad luck or nothing, man. 13 is really a righteous number, man. They be fooling you with all these movies and everything. You know what I'm saying? 13 is a righteous number, man. Learn your real history. You'll know some stuff, man. We're going to do the same thing we do every day. We're going to deliver the news stories of the day that's going to affect your world tomorrow. We're going to give you, the real spill. What we about is giving you the news story from our point of view of what we think really going on out there in the world. And we hope we're able to give you some of this knowledge as well. It's always unscripted off the top of our head and just come straight to you.
That's it, man. Like you said, man, we try to give people 360 of the views, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Right now we want you to go ahead and click the like button, click the subscribe button, hit that little bell. There go my bell, man. Click that little bell, man, so that I know, you know what I'm saying? So that you know when a new video is being dropped, just like this one being dropped today. Now, our first story is a story that hits home to a lot of people. The juvenile justice system punishes black and brown youth for minor infractions. Now, a lot of times we want to say that this is about a race thing and things of that nature, right? The truth be told, again, this is more of a financial thing.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because when a lot of these kids go to court, the parents can't afford an attorney to be beside them. So they're dealing with, again, you're dealing with a public defender. And then, man, if you can't get that kid's teacher to come and stand for him at the trial, you need to get a pastor to come stand at church at trial. You know what I'm saying? To come stand with that guy. He has some witnesses, and so that the judge know that he got a community around him that's gonna try to keep him out of trouble. If he show up there by himself, maybe just his mama there, you know what I'm saying? The judge feels like it ain't nobody out there to really hold him down, so they need to put him somewhere where they can contain him. You know, it ain't so much about race as it is about resources. You know, um, we gonna read this story though, because I want y'all to be able to get their ideas and everything too. Old boy says, as a youth defense attorney in Brooklyn, for the past 5 years, I witnessed firsthand the criminalization of young people. New York City is often hailed for its diversity, and yet the overwhelmingly majority of children I have represented are Black and Latino. I could probably count on one hand the number of white youth I have represented. Many people assume that when kids are arrested and appear in court, they must have done something terrible. But most of the children being pushed into the juvenile court system are there because they have been acting like a typical teenager. They just weren't able to get away with it because of their race and ethnicity. Now, I hadn't took that into account. Every day, young people across the country find themselves enmeshed in the juvenile court system, often for common adolescent behaviors such as skipping school, drinking alcohol, or getting in a fight. Once they are involved in the system, juvenile courts can unleash the power of the state to put them in shackles, place them in confinement, surveil their movements, impose fees and fines that can cause lasting debt and permanently mark their record. All of this can occur without a lawyer by their side to explain what is happening, strategize with them, and defend their case. And see, a lot of this, the problem lots of times happens as soon as the police interacts with the kid. Because the kid is a kid. He's telling on himself from the minute the police get there with him. He giving them all the evidence and everything that they need to put him away as soon as they pull up. Because, like I said before, he's a kid. He don't understand the situation for the full
Right.
extent of the situation. and maybe the farther along we get, man, these kids are growing up faster and faster. So they may understand more of this now, but I know when I was a kid, I wouldn't have understood the ramifications of me speaking with the police. I would have thought I was speaking to the right people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they teach you. That's how you brought up in school. And
Police your friend.
yeah, man. But now again, children are growing up way differently than the way we grew up. You know what I'm saying? They got all kind of they got all this internet and they got all this information availability. A lot of information was here from a dog. The Encyclopedia Britannica was like this big, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama had bought us them encyclopedias, but right now I got all that same knowledge right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't got to go through all the trouble of looking all the way through the A's to the Z's. I can just type in what I'm looking for, and boom. And with social media and everything, and with kids seeing, cause it's rare you see a police video that's a good interaction with police. Anytime you see a video, more than likely it's gonna be a fucked up interaction. Don't nobody post their video where the police just pulled them over, told them have a good day and go on, get the hell on. Nobody post that video. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. Tell me where I was going.
People talking about the keys already. Taking on that seven the police and stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they can't help themselves, but they really don't know no better at that time. No. The practice of leaving children defenseless in juvenile court has long been illegal. On May 15, 1967, a U.S. Supreme Court secured due process rights for all children facing juvenile court, including the fundamental rights to a lawyer. And we all have the right to counsel. You don't have the right to good counsel. You have to be able to afford that. And a lot of us can't afford that. That ain't in our budget every month. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have the disposable income that other people will have. So and we the ones that need attorneys more than anybody. As heavily policed as the neighborhood is, you have to expect that sooner or later your number gonna get called for something. You know. Um Thank God I ain't never had none of my kids get involved with the juvenile court system, so I really don't have a whole lot of point of view from how it works from the inside. I have watched Charleston White, and he discussed his situation and how it was being detained for him as a kid in Texas. And if anybody got any time, man, and you don't know who that guy is, like take a chance. And all his videos ain't cool to watch, but just to hear his story, man, how he came up and everything, real interesting watch, man. You need to check him out. Even though you might not like everything, I promise you'll find something. Um, but yeah, man, it's as soon as we get away from always wanting to make it a thing about race and figure out that it's a thing about finance, we can get more allies. You know what I'm saying? It's more poor people in this country than there are rich people. You know what I'm saying? And if we start doing things to attack this war that's on the poor, instead of they putting all their resources to attack this war on drugs, people are on drugs because they are poor. You know what I'm saying? Like if you address the poor situation, a lot of that drug situation will go away because people be in their house doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You won't have people on the streets. Don't nobody want to be out there like that, man. But resources are what resources are. Most of the resources of this country are gathered by the few and dished out to the many.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as long as it's like that, man, and they steady got us on this drip system where they just drip a little bit of it to you at a time, man. There gonna always be people get left under the crack. And it gonna make you a ain't nothing type person and not been able to, make some of yourself in this country. Sometimes situations be the situations is, man. And a lot of times people have these mental health issues and they go undiagnosed. You know that people will tell you that they don't feel right, but you will say suck it up and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a black or a brown person. Yeah, man. Um, That's just the first story we got of the day. We're gonna move on to our second story today. And U.S. inquiry finds burial sites at 53 Native American boarding schools. I ain't gonna do a whole lot of reading into this article. I just want to make y'all aware on something. You know, they've been doing this study, and they've been found out that all over the United States they had these boarding schools where they sent Native American children. You know, now they say they sent them. I said, they say they removed thousands of children from their home. Saying they removed them is the same thing as saying they kidnapped them. You know what I'm saying? They went on these folk place, took the kids, and tried to assimilate them into white culture. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's the whole idea of colonization. You want to take away damn near every every strain of evidence of the culture that existed before you got there. Which is why whenever you see Native Americans now, they all pale skinned. You know what I'm saying? But if Indians were light skinned back in the old days, why would they have been calling the Europeans pale face? You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense when you use your mind and your intellect. You know what I'm saying? So the Indians or the Native Americans that they show you now are a watered down version of what they used to be. You know what I'm saying? They used to be just as dark as me, just as dark as you. You know, they used to be a melanated people. You know what I'm saying? And they done colonized a lot of that color out of them by doing stuff like this, taking the kids and raising them up like that and having them breed with white people. You know, because if you can take the natives and make them look more like you, man, it gives yourself more of a claim to the land instead of the people that they really look like. That's just one I want y'all to think about it there and do your research on. My next story of the day that I got, it comes out of Memphis. We talked about this lady the other day. She did the drive-by shooting and shot the 12-year-old. She had told the boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, that she was gonna kill him and his son. You know what I'm saying? And she ended up hitting the 12-year-old boy. She was arrested Monday on harassment charges after she threatened to kill her boyfriend and his son. Um, yeah, man, she bought it, and ride it, man. She was
arrested on threat.
she got out and carried it out. Yeah, man, she fired 5 shots at the home with several juveniles inside, ultimately striking one 12-year-old in the leg. The victim's father told officers about his history with the lady. Like, but Memphis ain't playing no game, dog. Man, she big man, man. She big man. Like I said before, Memphis don't play. My next story, we act in the A-Town. Atlanta rapper known for viral hit, wanted for assault at Gwinnett County Park. It is not a good time to be a rapper in Atlanta. It seems to me that there's a war on the rappers in Atlanta. I saw I saw somewhere where the district attorney in Atlanta said that she believes that young thugs, put in quotations, gang, is responsible for 85% of the violence that's in Atlanta. Nigga, 85% of the violence coming from rich niggas is what they saying. Like, man, you make it so hard for the people coming behind you to be able to get some money because of the dumb shit you do with money. You know, the faucet have to be turned on for everybody. Don't nobody just make it, dog. The faucet got to be turned on for you. You got to get the green light. It's time to go. You're gonna make it harder for the next guy coming from your area to be able to go. But this what you did with the money, man. We are not mafias. We're not mobsters. That ain't who we are, man. Man, in Reconstruction, we walked around with suits on. We were proud to who we is, man. In the 70s, we were proud to be black. It was a good thing. It was a good thing, man. Why all we feel like we could be as gangsters now, man? You know, I mean, man, we can open 1,000 barbershops, man. People will keep coming to them. Like, we can do so much other stuff. We can keep printing clothes, man. As long as niggas is creating clothes, people is buying.
Right.
You know, like why do we feel like the only thing we can do is gangster? Now they say, oh boy, a popular rapper, they say attacked the man last week, leaving him with broken bones, cuts, and other injuries. Like man, I got a hit song, man. I'm getting money. I what can this dude say to me to make me? I'm not even gonna be riding this dude first of all, probably. You know, man, if I'm a rapper, you understand me? If I'm a rapper, man, and Lil Wayne say he spend 12 to 16 hours in the studio a day, I need to beat him because he's better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, the beat that got so bad, broke his leg, cuts in his face and shit. Oh,
and you know, I'm gonna keep 100. Cowboy don't look like he that big of a dude, so you had to stick him with something, something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just broke his leg. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't super punched his leg and broke it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something else than happened now, man. I just wish our rich people to get themselves together, man. Like it ain't for so many of us. You know what I'm saying? Like being rich and black is so damn it's so unique and rare that you could probably name all the rich black people. You understand me? And you couldn't even start to think you could name all the rich white people, you know? Because it's a dude right down the street from you that's rich, but you don't even know it. You don't even know it, man. But you know what I'm saying? If you black and rich, we damn near know who you is. So you got to understand the importance of that, man. We got to start creating rich black people that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? We got to start creating rich black people in other lanes, man. And we can do it. We can do it, man. As many black rich celebrities that claim to be so into real estate right now. Like, why we ain't got a powerful black real estate company that everybody know? You know what I'm saying? Like, why we don't have that? You know, with everybody in the real estate, but this person doing it by themselves, this person doing it by themselves. Well, back in the day, white folks would make a group
right.
and they all come in together, put it all together, and get all the money. And that way you can affect the market. You can't affect the market if you him by yourself, you him by yourself, you him by yourself. Y'all can't affect the market. But if y'all come together, man, you can make it where black people can get good housing loans because we own part of the market together. I mean, you know, man, everybody still out here on their own shit, man. I'm gonna move on to my next story. I started cussing a little too much that time. Let me get myself back together, but I get passionate sometimes. A Northern Illinois man convicted of murder in the 2021 shooting death of a teen he spotted in his car a few days after he reported it stolen has been sentenced to 21 years in prison. That was announced on Thursday. Now, he was convicted by a jury in March of one count of second-degree murder and one count of aggravated battery with a firearm. According to prosecutors, he learned on January 3rd that the car he reported stolen a few days earlier was near a gas station in Volo. They said he followed the car until it ran out of gas. When the two occupants tried to run away, he chased them and shot them. Awad, who was shot 3 times, was pronounced dead at the scene. Other teens suffered a gunshot wound to the leg. Old boy called the police himself and he was arrested at the scene. Now, when I first read the headline yesterday, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm sitting somewhere and I see my stolen car go down the road, shit, I'm liable to fire a shot at that motherfucker too. I want my goddamn car back. But it looked like Buddy done went all like his way and went to the gas. He like when he found out his car was near the gas station, his move was supposed to be to call the authorities and tell them that the car that was stolen from him, he believed it's over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would have killed everything. You understand what I'm saying? That would have cleared him. He'd have been straight. Hopefully, he probably would have got his car back.
Yeah, you ran out of gas.
Yeah, you understand?
When we got behind, we ran out of gas.
I ain't nobody out here Batman. I want to go ahead and put that out there. You are not a neighborhood vigilante. It is not your job to go out there and secure nothing. You know, you have to call the proper authorities unless you're willing to take you don't have to go ahead and do that time behind that, you know. Because at the end of the day, They don't want nobody doing their job, and that includes shooting unarmed black men. You know what I'm saying? You out there shooting unarmed black men, that's setting a bad precedent. We can't have that. But they gave Buddy 21 years, and now that I done read the story, I can understand why, man. He put him act like he was Batman out there, man. He going around. Yeah, man, that's stalking and murder, dog. We're gonna take ourselves around the globe a little bit to Nigeria. Now, a student in Nigeria posted what some other students considered to be a blasphemous post about the Prophet Muhammad. They took her outside and burnt the shit out of her. Excuse my language. That's what happened, though. They took her outside and burned her alive for making the wrong post. No, man. Just when you think that your neighborhood a little wild, just know that some places out here you can't even post what you want to post. You know, you gotta be careful. But she's supposed to know her goddamn right. She's supposed to know. Yeah, man. They say she a second year college student. She was immediately attacked by her fellow students after she criticized a religious related post on the students' WhatsApp group. She was angry the way Muslims were talking about Islamic affairs in the WhatsApp group, which made her to make some un-Islamic utterances against Prophet Muhammad. And that's when they did it. The school authority put security to protect her, but they were overpowered by the angry youth. They killed her and burnt down the building. Yeah, man, they was not
Man,
man. Don't you say nothing bad about Muhammad, boy. That'll get you dead. And since I just said that, we gonna move on. Man, we talked about this lady not too long ago. The Food Network contestant. I think she was on the worst cook in America. Ariel Robinson. They sentenced her to life in prison for. Yeah, man. I didn't know that she had adopted a little white baby. I don't know if that played in the role in it or not, but she had a little pretty white baby. You remember that they weren't gonna sentence her husband until after he testified.
yeah.
So the next time I report on this, we'll probably have his sentence too. I don't know. He probably ain't gonna get life. I'm expecting him to get about 10 or 15. Yeah, I'm expecting him to get about 10 to 15, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go around here killing foster babies. They can't have that. No. You can't have that at all. Many people want them a baby. They gave you one and you did that right there too. Now, a California girl, 3 years old, was tortured and killed by her family during an exorcism. I can't believe people still out here thinking people possessed by devils and shit. Like, that good. I just can't believe it, man. Like, they say this little girl mama told police that she grew concerned that her daughter was possessed because she would often wake up in the middle of the night crying or screaming. Man, see, see, I just, man. And these folks be dead serious, man. They, they stuck their fingers and hands down her throat to make her vomit. They held her down by her neck, torso, and legs for several hours. She died after the 12-hour-long exorcism, during which she suffered multiple injuries around her eyes, face, neck, and chest. Man, some people just don't deserve to have children, man, at the end of the day, man. Like, some of these people get really sick. This is the stuff that's going on around you, man. You gotta be careful of your surroundings. Like, who still believe that people get possessed? Man, the child ever waking up at night. They were 3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she crying and screaming, she probably scared.
That be again, man. Those Central State people out there having in the street,
Having
they
their
were having,
babies.
having children.
Having their babies.
Yeah, that's all I see. It gotta be.
Man, like the news is crazier than it's ever been.
Right.
That's me. Like the news is it be some all and every day.
All the wild type stuff, man.
Every day. Every day I can always pick most stories. They just be the most interesting ones.
Right.
But it's always something. Going to Cincinnati right now. Babysitter found passed out with empty vodka bottle. 15-month-old unattended. A 65-year-old babysitter is under arrest after she was found passed out with a 15-month-old baby unattended in her home. She was heavily intoxicated when she was taken into custody on a misdemeanor charge of endangering children. The firefighters had to force their way into her home after she did not open the door despite excessive knocking and ringing the bell. She was passed out next to the baby. She had also urinated and defecated on herself. The child was wearing only a shirt and no pamper. Whenever she got arrested, she pointed at the liquor bottle and said, "That was a fresh one this morning." But man, I feel like, what role does the parent play in
Bro,
this?
that's what I said. They should be blamed too.
Yeah, man, because you supposed to know who you leaving your baby with.
Right.
That
That's
won't.
why the babysitter they come to their house, they had to bring the baby to her.
Yeah,
Cause she knew she been drinking.
yeah, yeah, man. You know, your 15-month-old, you got to know the person pretty well to leave your baby with. And if you know she a drunk, how you expect her not to be a drunk? You understand me? Like, I bet the parents did, cause they got back home to get their baby, and she wouldn't come to the door. So they done called all the authorities out there. You know what I'm saying? Wood to wood. Once you call the authorities, somebody going to jail. You know, that's just the bottom line. Once you call them folks out there, and we done spend all this money, taxpayer money, somebody going to jail. 15-month-old baby, man. I know, like, what was so important that you had to go and leave your 15-month-old baby with the woman that you know drank like
It's
that?
your last resort.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
seen the bar before you left.
Yeah, and that bottle was not hid when y'all came over there. That bottle was not
And you
hid.
smelled the bread.
I think they you know what I'm saying, they got some blame too.
Yeah, they do.
We're moving on to our next story, Carter. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. This is another kind of like a part two to our headline story. I feel like this is a pretty big story where Black professionals in the tech industry being left behind due to persistent racism. I'm gonna read the article, then I'm gonna talk about it. More than 60% of Black professionals encounter barriers to entering the tech profession as new figures unveil the hurdles still being faced in the industry. According to new findings by the UK-based nonprofit group, I ain't gonna try to say the name, huge and persistent racial inequalities still exist, with widening gaps between what organizations are saying versus what they are doing to promote inclusion. 6 in 10 of those surveyed said they didn't feel empowered to negotiate their salary and to settle with their peers' progress. Stories like this are behind the latest data, like Black software engineers experience pay gaps of 13%. Now, I'm gonna just stop there, man. Y'all can pretty much take an idea what the rest of the article go like. Again, I feel like we got to stop asking people for shit. We got to stop. Again, we sitting here at the door asking somebody to give us a hand. If these folk don't want to promote you in their company, get with some of your peers and make a company. You done seen Jerry Maguire when them folk get mad, man. They tell her, I leave him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got enough clients. I know enough people. I can leave here and start my own. You know what I'm saying? Stop asking to be put into their club and make your own club. Build your own networks, man. You be working for these people, working with their customers, and never once building your own relationship with people. You got to understand that they ain't gonna let you in the door, man. If they let you in the door, somebody got to come out the door. You got to understand that so many people are lied in the room. If they let you in the room, somebody got to come out the room. You got to build another room.
Right, right.
And that all us in, bro. We got to again, man. We over here just we sound so sad, man. Begging, please let us in. Please give us this. Please give us that. Please, please, please. Like, man, you sound like old boy on that song back in the day. Please, please, man. Like,
When y'all do, man, don't be like that story we read the other day, man. move that dope to the competition, and then people over there to get killed.
Hey man, Apple and Apple and Microsoft competed for years.
Right.
Bill Gates never sent nobody over there to take care of Steve Jobs.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Apple and Microsoft, they still head to head. Microsoft and Sony still head to head, but everybody can make money. You understand? Gucci hat they stole right beside Louis Vuitton. And they ain't shamed. They ain't
Right.
scared. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? They ain't motherfucking scared. So do what you have to do, man, and know that you're doing. If you're doing a great job, man, you'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a great job, man. You'll be alright. And we got to get over that we don't trust each other aspect, man. We got to start shopping with each other. Let me move on. Democrats' abortion rhetoric turns darker when they talking about poor people. And I read this story, man, and you know, it do, man. You know, they be, but everybody want to make it sound like they telling lies.
Mhm.
They ain't telling lies, man. When you poll, well, see, the thing that they ain't factoring in, see, they talking about, hold on, let me get the right thing. The implication being that poor women cannot be successful if they aren't able to get rid of their unborn children. She said that the children will grow up in poverty and do worse themselves. That's what she said. Now, there's a senator there, Tim Scott, who is always acting like he was born poor. He's talking about, I just simply say that as a guy raised by a black woman in abject poverty, I'm thankful to be here as a United States Senator. And we know Tim Scott granddaddy owned like 400 acres of land. You know what I'm saying? So if they was in poverty, they must have pissed off granddad or something. I don't know why that happened, but I don't believe that he became a state senator by mistake. I believe that he was able to go to a school and stuff because of some situations that were made available to him. You know, and I don't know if he understands that him not addressing the fact that he had a head start or two, it don't make it no easier on real poor people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it make them look at real poor people and be like, why they can't do it if he did it? You know, but he started a little bit ahead of everybody. He might not have already been on second base, but he was at least on third. You know what I'm saying? Most of us got to still try to get a hit. We, you know what I'm saying? Nobody in our family even got a hit yet. We just been striking out most of it. You know, but I I know he think he doing some good with that shit, man, but that helps build back the rhetoric that everybody ought to be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And a lot of motherfuckers ain't born with boots. You know what I'm saying? Like he gotta work to just get some boots. If you talking about pulling himself up by the strap. Now, moving on to another story. She told police 26 years ago that a black man killed her boyfriend. Now she's behind bars. Now, to me, this is just another goddamn example of how white people get away with shit. Cause man, if I called the police and they come to my house and my old lady in the bed sliced up and I tell them that a white guy broke in and did it and he left me completely unharmed.
Shit.
I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no doubt in my mind, and that could have really happened, but it could have walked out, we could have jumped out the one and said, they gonna get you for it anyway, and took off running. Cause they ill, man. They ill. If they come to my house about, I can't tell them somebody else did it, man. It left me with not one injury. I ain't got no defensive mark where I don't have to fight nobody. I'm gonna have to kill. I'm gonna have to kill him. And he got to be here when the police get here. Yeah, man, he still got to be here when the police get here in order for me to be held as a hero. You know what I'm saying? But this lady here, she got to live her life out for 26 years behind that lie shit to move him, move there, live a pretty fruitful life. But they got or not. They don't say whether or not there was a black man that actually had to do some time behind this or not. Only reason why they end up locking her up because they got a letter in the mail. It was an anonymous letter that they received in the mail that said that she had something to do with it. And that's what made them pull the file and go do some DNA type shit and everything.
I didn't really think it was with a black man from
Man, it's just a black man.
Okay. Okay,
we already know how to draw the picture. Yeah, man, they ain't even need no picture, dog. They do exactly who to draw. We gonna move on to our next story, man. Man charged with attempted murder, accused of cutting girlfriend's throat on St. Paul light rail platform. So this man on like the MARTA train station, he on the platform, he just sliced the throat for him. A few people around her say that she was hospitalized, and they police had learned that the boyfriend had threatened to kill her for weeks and said he would do it right in front of the police. Man, once your dude tell you that, he don't need to be your boyfriend no more. Like, why you still going places? Man, I would think that all females got that one dude in their life that's halfway nuts. Like, if you don't have one, ladies, you need to get you at least one friend that's like halfway nuts that you can call when you got one of these crazy stalker type dudes who will gladly stop him from stalking you. You know what I'm saying, man? Man, true story, man. Back in my day, man, I used to think I was pretty bad, man.
Right.
It was this nice young lady that was working at the same place as me, man, and I kept seeing her boyfriend treat her real bad, man. And I just got tired of seeing it, man. So I started talking to the little lady. You know what I'm saying? I took her from Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew he wasn't finna try that shit with me. I'd do something to you, little boy. You know what I'm saying? Man, I talked to her about 2, 3 months, made sure he hadn't got another old lady and everything. And I was like, all right, man, do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I just can't stand to see that kind of stuff. And I do is stand up for it, dog. I got sisters, man. I got them more, man. I don't really care about that. You ain't gotta put your hands on man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's other ways you can get your point across to a woman without putting your hands on her. And if you done got the respect that you demand up front, you ain't never even gotta worry about that, man. My old lady, man. I I ain't had but one old lady that thought she could put her hands on me, and the only time she put her hands on me was the time when I told her it was definitely over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then as soon as I said in a stern voice, all right, man, that's the last one.
Yeah.
It was it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to be a man every day. You know what I'm saying? You can't never let these women see you go out like no sucker. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit will be held against you by the court of their opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Can't never be no sucker. Always stand on something. That's how you be a man. You stand on something. You bold to stand on something. I can't tell you what you stand on. But stand on something. Have some kind of principle, some morals, some shit you won't do, something that you won't cross. You got to have that as a basic foundation, and everything else will come from that. But Buddy right here, he ain't hitting on nothing, man. I hope old boy grease him up real good. Get him grease himself up real good, man. And he learned what it like to be a man off in that time. Now TikTok is being sued after a girl in the United States dies in the blackout channel. Man, you can't sue them folks for some stuff that your people decide they want to do. You know, I mean,
Then you saw him another dude.
if that the case, people gonna be able to sue TikTok. Relationship ain't good no more. 'Cause, man, them bottoms that you can see on TikTok will make you look at your old lady bottom a little different. But my dogs barking, man. It sound like somebody outside. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here for the day. We'll do the net law power tomorrow and OZ back. You got anything to say to the people? Go.
Y'all enjoy y'all Friday.
Man, it's TGIL Friday, man. Don't be worried about no Friday the 13th, man. My dog's howling because the law going down the road. They ain't howling because it's Friday the 13th. Y'all have a good evening, man. Y'all take it easy. We love y'all, man. And check y'all out tomorrow. Don't forget to click the like button, follow, and subscribe.